Hello everybody, welcome. I'll wait a moment or two until I think I'm fully live, and I'm just delighted to be with you today. Thank you for joining me. It's a significant day, December 3rd, because today is the day that Jupiter, the planet ruling good fortune, abundance, wisdom, growth, learning, higher learning. Oh, I'm so excited to be with you all. You have no idea. It's just a joy. Thank you to so many of you who are remembering my new name. I'm really thrilled and astonished that you're remembering. Thank you. I changed my name to Bracha, and quite honestly, it's amazing what a difference a name change can make. But maybe that's another story. But I'll certainly be sharing more of that in my free newsletters. If you haven't signed up for my free newsletter, you might want to do that. I post a newsletter for every new moon and full moon, and sometimes for special events like this, which is this Jupiter into Capricorn we've had for the last year. Jupiter has been in Sagittarius, which is its ruling sign. So it's been very happy there. And now it goes into Capricorn, where it's going to stay until December 18th of 2020. So it's only once a year that Jupiter changes sign. So it affects us globally, and it of course affects us personally. And thank you for your comments about my paintings. I've just in fact done a painting. You can see the pinky one behind. That's the one that came through for this Jupiter in Capricorn energy. So what is happening is that many planets, as well as eclipses, are lining up in Capricorn. So I thought it was really valuable and important today, as late as it is here in Greece. It's almost o'clock at night. I thought, no, this is too important. I'm so dedicated to being with you for these important transition times. And Capricorn is very much the energy of dedication. Oh, I'm hoping I didn't go offline. Could you tell me whether I'm still online with you? Could you just sort of give me a thumbs up? Let me know. I think it's okay. I've been in internet hell for a little while today and yesterday with choppiness, but I'm hoping it's going to be all right with you today. So since we've got so much Capricorn energy, first of all, it will be very valuable for every one of you to find out, thank you, I'm online, thank you. I froze, but I'm back. Where is Capricorn in your chart? Capricorn looks like this. I should write it for you. So you want to look in your chart, and if you haven't got your chart, well, get it from my website. You can go to my website, yourastrologysigns.com, and go to reports, and you'll find free report. Sorry about the choppiness. So that's what Capricorn will look like. The sign Capricorn. I'm freezing again. Well, it is getting cold here actually in Greece. Mind you, I shouldn't be complaining, should I? So, compared to what it is like in certain other parts of the world. So, where is it? Where is that sign in your chart? And you might find it goes over 2 houses. And I'm going to go through the houses, right? I'm actually going to go through the houses and go through the signs, each sign today. So don't worry, I will go through it for you. So everybody will be covered from Aries all the way to Pisces. So what I think it's really valuable for us to understand what this energy of Capricorn is about. Because we've got today, December the 3rd, we've got Jupiter going into Capricorn. We've already got Saturn and Pluto already in Capricorn. On the 25th of December 25-26, we've got an eclipse happening in Capricorn. So we are really weighed down with all this Capricorn energy. It's unusual that so many planets are coming together in this sign. So what is Capricorn about? I think that's the first thing to look at together. So Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. It's very happy with everything that is Saturnian. So Capricorn, the goat, it's very good at making good use of resources. It's usually very reliable. It does things, it likes to be very organized, likes to stock up on things. If it finds something it really likes that fits, it'll buy 5 pairs of shoes or 5 lots of things because, hey, this fits and I haven't got to go choosing other things. This is nice and easy. So Capricorn has to do with being disciplined, with delaying gratification. Jupiter in Sag has to do with, yeah, I want it now. Capricorn will say, well, okay, I'll work hard now because I can see the reward for the future. So we're moving into this Capricorn energy. Capricorn has to do with how you use time. It's got to do with your foundations. Being willing to build good structures in your life. Sagittarius often doesn't have the patience for this, but Capricorn is about our structures. So as you can see globally, there are structures that are crumbling. Governments, see what's happening in the UK at the moment, the US, there's all kinds of changes. I feel I must alert you to the fact of the last time that Jupiter was in Capricorn, because this last year has seen the stock markets largely go up greatly. Globally, we've seen increases, more money printing. Oh, let's just print some more money. And we've seen more excesses, even unexpectedly. People had expected a great crash, and it's not happened. However, the last time that Jupiter was in Capricorn was from December 2007 until January 2009. And I think that most of you will know that the global financial crisis was in 2008. And this was when Lehman Brothers went, Goldman Sachs were almost on their knees. Really big challenges to do with the economy. So as we move into Jupiter into Capricorn now, again, 12 years later, I wouldn't be surprised if there are some big corrections in the stock markets, if there are some pullbacks. So of course, those of you who are really good with money, you might short the market, you might go for the inverse. Rather than it growing, you might be gambling on it going the other way. But this is for people who are professionals, all right? But it's going to be really good for bringing structure and order into your life. Okay, it's really great for that. If you're ready to be patient, if you're ready to set new foundations, you can really walk your talk. It's an opportunity to really manifest the things that you've been thinking about and talking about and dreaming about. Now with Jupiter in Capricorn, depending where it is falling in your chart, will show you the life area where you can get really organized. Yeah, it's going to be like, wow. And it's an opportunity to build self-discipline into what you do. So if it's hitting your second house, you could get really super organized with money. Maybe it's hitting your fourth house, you're going to get super organized in your home. So let's look at it. And also during the last transit of Jupiter in Capricorn, it was the first time an African American president was elected into the United States. Just giving you flavors of the kinds of shifts that could be happening. But I really do think that with Uranus in Taurus, and Uranus goes direct a day before the conjunction of Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn on January 12th. So we are building up to a vortex of energy, a super power point, if you like, where you can really, it's almost like you're gathering all your energies, all the things that you've been working towards. You can really begin to flesh them out now and make them real. Capricorn has to do with reality. I used to have a Capricornian colleague and counselor. She was marvelous, but she would say to me, "You're not talking reality. Talk to me nuts and bolts. Let's make a plan. Let's have a strategy." That's what the energy of Capricorn is about. So, Jupiter is about expansion. Yeah, it's about more. Give me more. Capricorn is about contraction. It's about focusing the energy. So, although Jupiter in Capricorn is considered in its detriment, yeah, it's not its happiest place. Yeah, Jupiter wants to say, "Oh, have this, I'll be generous, I'm Lady Bountiful." Yes, "Oh, have this and have that." And you haven't got enough for yourself, but you're giving away. Yeah, things are out of balance, potentially. But if you can see this as an opportunity to put some form and logistics around the ideas that you have. So let's say you've got a business. You've had a business idea for a while. Well, now that Jupiter goes into Capricorn, you've got to have a plan. You've got to have a structure. Yeah? So I think that this is what is being called for here. I think that as we move into this energy, this is about wise and thoughtful actions, thinking through your actions and seeing what are the possible drawbacks here. Yeah, what are my expectations? Have I got massive expectations? Because this is Jupiter in Sag. And where have I got to get real? Maybe you've got massive expectations with relationships. Yeah, and you keep getting disappointed. Well, with Jupiter in Capricorn, it's time to say, hey, am I just expecting to be with somebody who's superhuman? These are the kinds of energies. I think that ethical businesses, because Capricorn is all about integrity. Businesses that have been operating that lack integrity, chances are they're going to be exposed at this time, right? It's going to come out. But ethical businesses, businesses that have tremendous honesty, keep to their word, want to protect the earth, the planet in some way, do something that is really good for people, these businesses are going to prosper at this time. Really prosper. Now, many of you, because Capricorn rules the past, tends to rule things that are our ancestors, archaeology, where things have come from. This is a really good time, guys, to look at your past. Where have you come from? Thank you very much, Le Chat. I really appreciate your generosity in giving to me to enable me with this channel to do more things. Thank you. You can, if you like, I'm not calling for this, but I'm just explaining what's happening here. If you like, you can use super stickers, super chat, and if you feel to donate something, I'm very grateful. But I'm not doing it for donations. I'm doing it because I love doing this and I feel passionate about sharing this with you. But if you do donate, it helps me to do more of it. Okay, that having been said. So Capricorn is very shrewd. It's cautious. It does things carefully. It's good with resources. It doesn't want to waste anything. So this is going to be a time where wastage is a real no-no, right? Really not going to be allowed to waste things. Food, clothes, what could be put to good use? Before you throw something, think about who might use it, who might need it. You could create businesses in this area. I'm convinced that businesses that involve exchange, bartering, utilizing things that we used to throw away willy-nilly, we can create businesses here. And I think we're going to get to the place as well where all our needs can be met. Jupiter in Capricorn is about having your basic needs met. It's not about having 5 cars and 10 houses and all these excesses. It's a reduction of excesses and really getting to the basics. Thank you very much, Gypsy Soul Caravan. I appreciate your generosity. So, where are you working for the excesses in your life? You might be working many hours, but you're really just feeding something that is excess that perhaps you don't need or don't even want anymore. So it's about getting your house in order, keeping the things that are important and not succumbing to this more materialistic energy that we are very much sucked into or have been sucked into. Because I think that we're coming to a crisis of spirituality, a crisis of meaning. And this is, I feel, what this Capricorn energy is about. It's a destruction of things that no longer serve us. Thank you very much, Saggy Susanna, for your generosity. Thank you. And I have to say that sometimes people complain that I'm thanking people and interrupting the flow. I don't feel this interrupts the flow at all. Anybody that's giving, I'm going to thank them. So that's how it is. I feel that it's only courteous to do that. So thank you. And thank you, Le Chat. 500 people are online with me right now. I'd appreciate it if you would press the like button. It would really be, again, a generous thing to do. Jupiter is generosity. Generosity of spirit. where you're just generous without thinking about it. Now, Jupiter in Capricorn is doing something with your generosity. Actually, practically doing something useful for somebody else or for yourself. I just enjoy it, and I think that all of us do enjoy it. Yes, there's a regular guy who I see who is always begging on the street, and I always prefer to give him food. I usually give him a little money as well, but I always ask him, you know, would you like a hot drink, and what would you like to eat? So this week he said, I want some ralla, he wanted some milk. Can't find the like button. Oh, I don't know what to say. Just look somewhere. I really don't know where it is, and I don't want to interrupt the flow to do that. So please just tell one another where the like button is. So milk, and I understood that word. And then he said something like, Ashalacha minchacha. Yeah, it was double Dutch for me. So I repeated it a few times. I still didn't know what he'd said. But I went into the shop and I bought what I thought it was for him. It was a nice hot looking sort of toasty thing. I took it to him and he kind of looked at it a little strangely, but nonetheless he seemed to enjoy it. So it's a practical giving. That's what Jupiter in Capricorn is about. What can I do to practically give? Yeah, really taking action. So the like button isn't in the chat. I didn't know that. I really don't know where it is. So thank you. Whoever's found it, please share. I'd appreciate that very, very much. So now let me go round the houses with you, go round the signs. So for Aries, if you are Aries ascendant, it's likely, or an Aries, it's going to be 10th house. Oh, thank you. You exit live and press the thumbs up and then come back. So gosh, I understand now why you don't want to do it, okay? Now I get it. It's not such an easy thing to do. So thank you for doing it if you feel to do it. If you don't want to do it, it's fine. I'm here because I want to be with you, regardless. So, Aries rising, Aries, 10th house. For you, this is about reaching your highest goals this year. What's the highest thing you can aspire to reaching, to achieving? And then set yourself baby steps in that direction. Taurus, it's going to be in your 9th house. This is about creating a bigger dream for yourself, bigger than anything you've ever thought of before. It's about travel, an expansion of your knowledge, but not only expanding it, but taking practical action. So if you've been thinking of doing a course, taking a degree, doing something that will give you a practical career path at the end of it, this is the time to do it with Jupiter in Capricorn. If you're a Gemini, it's going to be in the 8th house. This is about being very much rewarded for your generosity. So I wouldn't be generous for the reward, but if you are going to be really generous, you're going to be very much rewarded for it. It's a time to be open to sharing the meaning of partnership, especially business partnership, money partnerships. If you're a Cancer, it's going to be in your 7th. So this is about expanding your love relationships, your capacity to love, learning and growing through your relationships, but doing it in a really practical way. It's going to be in my 7th house as well, 6th and 7th. So I'm getting plenty of experience now with going on a date with somebody. I've not done that in a very long time. It's like, oh, I'm having to do something practically now in a relationship that I've not done for a while. If you're a Leo, it's in your 6th. And this is focusing on your health, your well-being, your body, taking practical actions for your well-being. Not talking about it, but doing it. The diet, the exercise, and really loving your body, loving yourself. If you're a Virgo, it's in your the fifth house of romance, of creativity. So it's about practically exploring your creativity. Doing it. If you want to play piano, learn piano, get a guitar. Get the paints out, start writing, start cooking, start building a garden. Yeah. It's about expanding your ability to have pleasure. If you're a Libra, it's in your fourth. It's about expanding your home, maybe having a freer lifestyle by maybe downsizing so that you've got more money and you can spend it on other things. Or maybe you'll be spending money on practical improvements to your home that might save you energy. If you are a Scorpio, it's in your third. So this will be the time to write that book, to do some speaking, maybe some public speaking. It's a good time for some really great networking that could really pay off for you. If you're a Sag, it's going to be in your second. This is all to do with money and cultivating wisdom around money and finances. Yeah, really being practical about your finances, learning about money. Yeah, money is something that you can learn about and study and really master, so you could be the master of your finances. If you're a Cap, it's going to be in your first house, and this is about crafting your image, how you want to look, dressing for success, walking tall. If you're an Aquarius, it's going to be in your 12th house. This is the gift of your soul, freeing you of past karma, things that have held you back. It's about release. It's about revelation, things coming to you. And if you're a Piscean, it's going to be in your 11th. So this is about taking actions towards your dreams. Not just dreaming, because Pisces, you like to dream, but actually acting on those dreams, doing something about them, not just expecting them to happen without actions. Sometimes that can happen, but not always. And your business circles, the people you mix with, can really grow during this year. So Jupiter rules religion, and it also, in Capricorn, all this Capricorn energy has to do with getting back to your roots. Where do you come from? Sometimes, and this is what the ancients say, particularly in Kabbalah, you cannot find yourself until you have accepted your ancestry, your roots, where you've come from. There is a finding of self in knowing where you've come from. There is something strong in that. Maya Angelou used to say, I'm not here on my own. I've got all these ancestors with me. They're all with me. There's so many of them that are punting for me, shooting for me, helping me. So if you can get really in touch with ancestors, and it might be through past lives, it might be through knowing where your parents and grandparents, some people can't trace back very far, some can trace back far, but you might find yourself getting interested in this. Because the ancestors had great wisdom, the Mayans, the Indians, the Hawaiians, the shamans. There's tremendous power, and this is Capricorn energy. Really, it doesn't mean to say that you have to adopt the beliefs of where you've come from, but that you accept it. Yeah, you say, hey, you know, maybe I want to explore the richness of where I've come from. Maybe there's a richness that I've not learned yet, that I've not studied about where I come from. Because it's about appreciating our diversity here. Jupiter is always about our diversity. And accepting our differences, yeah? So, yes, everything that took to bring you to this moment. So, these are the main things I wanted to share. There's a lot more because we're moving into this Saturn-Pluto conjunction, which is big, and Jupiter joining the party. But really, the things to be thinking about are, how do I use my time? How could I use my time more constructively? Am I wasting time? Am I wasting resources? What do I really need? And what is superfluous to my needs? Could I reduce my expectations in order to have a smaller footprint? Maybe we don't have to walk everywhere. Maybe we can just be more contained. Because the more contained you are, the stronger you can be. It's like a weak cup of tea or a really strong cup of tea. You know, it's packing a punch. So it's like you are drawing in all your resources, yeah? Your past, the things you've learned. Yeah, it's like you're pulling them in. Your strengths, your gifts, your talents. You're really just weaving it all into this tapestry. And now you're starting again now to build new foundations. Because Capricorn has to do with the foundations. Your foundations have to be solid. Foundations aren't solid. You can build the highest building and the blooming thing's going to collapse. So it's better to go slowly, have patience, and build up gradually rather than just slipshod. You won't be able to get by with slipshod behavior with all this Capricorn energy. You've got to do it properly or don't bother. I think, yes, tiny houses, that will be something. Thank you, Diana. Tiny houses is something that I think is going to be big with this Jupiter and Capricorn energy. People who want to own their own homes, don't want to spend a fortune, who maybe can't spend a fortune, who maybe want to travel, maybe want to live here and then go somewhere else. We're going to be looking at the construction industry generally. That's going to get a massive revamp. The materials that we use, the conservation of energy, insulation, free energy. I think at some point we have to be moving towards free energy and away from fossil fuels. It's coming gradually. We're moving gradually. But this Capricorn energy is absolutely saying to you to be almost ruthless with, do I need this? Have I used this? I've not used it in 2 years. Am I really ever going to use it? What am I hoarding? Because whatever you're holding on to is in a part of your psychic field as well. It's not only a physical thing, it's psychic. So when you release things, you make space. Space for something new to evolve. So, any questions? Does anybody have more of a general question? Yeah? It's so great to be online with you. I didn't honestly think I was going to stay up this late. I thought, oh, I'll do a quick live stream. I'll cover the main points in 15 minutes. And here I am now, 30 odd minutes later, and still just super excited being with you. And just sharing this, because these are big events that affect us all, personally and globally. So I'm going to say to you, For those of you, it's California, you're just, I think, just beginning your day. But I'm going to say thank you very much for joining me. And I hope that you can find this Jupiter in Capricorn in your chart, these Capricorn energies. Find out which houses are being activated so that you can see which life areas you need to pay most attention to. So, I love you. I thank you very much for being with me. It's always a pleasure. And I look forward to your comments, and I do read every single one of them. Bye for now.